So good morning, it's Patty Bogue, happy Sunday. Today we're going to do a fairly, a little more intensive flow than what, and it's not really that intense, but it's a little bit longer flow than what I typically do. And then we're going to get right back down on the floor and stretch out. So I wanted to tell you about a book that I'm reading. It's called Expecting Adam by Martha Beck. And it's a true story. And Martha has spent her entire life seeking to be perfect, I guess, for a lack of a better phrase. And, you know, a perfect student, a perfect daughter, a perfect wife. And she's a Harvard graduate, and she ends up getting 3 degrees from Harvard. So that tells you her level of intelligence in academia. She discovers while she's at Harvard that she's pregnant, and she is not really overly happy about this. It's not really a good time in her life to be pregnant. And then as the pregnancy continues, she finds out that she is carrying a Down syndrome baby. And again, she looks at, like, you know, I can't have not a perfect child. I'm an academic, and, you know, this is just not in her mindset. And so the whole book is really her discovery about shifting her perspective and opening up to this whole other world that she didn't realize was there. So take a deep breath in and just sigh it out through your mouth. Good. And then visualize the breath down at your toes. We're going to take a big inhale, bring the breath all the way up the body to the crown of the head. And then on the exhale, let all the energy, all the breath surrender out, down your body and out through the toes. So kind of think of it as a wave, right? So you're on your back in Parjvakanasana. You can have the blocks resting under your knees. So take a big inhale, let the wave wash up the body, starting from your toes all the way up to the crown of the head. And then exhale out, nice, slow, smooth exhale out. Good, and just keep continuing to do that. We'll let you do a few more rounds on your own. Good, and on the last exhale, just draw your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a big hug. Good. And then place the left foot down on the floor, the knees stay bent. Stretch your right leg up to the sky and just point and flex the foot. Your hands interlace behind your thigh. And just point and flex, scrunch up your toes, maybe roll the foot around a little bit. Good, and then hug the knee in towards your chest. And just kind of roll it side to side, maybe make a circle with the knee. Then you're going to take your left hand on the bottom of your foot, take the right hand and kind of hook it around your knee, grabbing your shin. And then just start to pull the shin in towards your chest. Maybe let the foot go off to the left a little bit and notice what you feel around the right hip. So we're just kind of rocking the baby gently side to side, pulling the baby into your chest. Good, and then place the foot up towards the ceiling. Take both hands, grab your foot, and we're going to tip over so the knee comes all the way down to the floor. Good, so flex your foot so your toes are drawing towards the floor. And then start to walk your left leg out on the mat. Good, keep pushing down and then draw the shin in towards the midline of the body. Good, Good. And then release that foot to the floor. Good. Grab your left knee, hug it in, give it a good squeeze, maybe make a couple circles with the knee. And then stretch the leg up to the sky. Interlace your hands behind your thigh and then point and flex your foot. Scrunch up your toes, roll out the ankle. Good, and then take your right hand to the bottom of the foot. Left hand kind of hooks around your elbow, hooks in your knee, grabbing the shin, and then draw your shin in towards your body and just kind of rock side to side. You should feel this in your left glute, right? The left hip, hug the shin in towards your body. Good, then take both hands, grab the bottom of your foot. We're going to tip over so the knee hits the floor. Good, the foot is facing straight up towards the ceiling. Start to draw the shin in towards the midline of the body and then start to walk your right leg out on the mat. Don't let your knee come up off the floor. So you're really pushing down with the hands. Should be pretty deep into the hips. Good, and then happy baby, both legs. Just rock side to side, maybe stretch one leg out. Just check everybody to make sure that you're on mute. You can hear somebody giving a good sigh, which is awesome. Good, and then hug both knees in. And then take your big toes are touching. We're gonna take the knees out to the side. Bring your triceps on the inside of your knees. Palms are stretching wide. We're gonna lift the head and shoulders up. And I want you to think, remember, like Indiana Jones movies, when the sides of the walls are kind of coming in, I want you to think of hugging everything into the midline here. Squeeze in, squeeze in, squeeze, 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 and release. Good, let's just massage out the back. So we're gonna roll front and back, and then come all the way up into a standing forward fold. Good, grabbing the elbows, let the head hang, shake out the shoulders. Just give yourself a little wiggle. Really let the head get heavy here. Good, so getting grounded so we can shift our perspective. Good, hands come to the shins. Inhale, look and lengthen. Pull the belly button in, exhale and fold. Good, drop your booty down, sweep the arms up, chair pose. Good, really pull the belly button in. The upper body's like a cobra position. We're gonna take the hands behind. Good, open up the chest and then bow forward. And we're just gonna open up the shoulders a little bit. Just pulse the shoulders up and down. Good, then hands come down to the floor. Step the right leg back. Excuse me, Zara. We're gonna let the left knee go out to the side. So I call this turbo pigeon. We're just gonna rock side to side. Getting into the hips here. And then plant the left foot, step the right foot forward a little bit, coming into Parjvakanasana, hamstring stretch. So really lengthen the spine forward, trying to keep the back hips level. Look forward, lengthen the spine, pull the belly button in, and exhale and fold. Good, and then step up. We're coming right into warrior 3. Good, and then place your right foot down on the floor, coming into Malasana. So deep squat. Just kind of rock side to side. And then we're going to, if you need to, bring your hands behind. We're going to roll all the way down. You're going to have to move, little pooch. Good. And come all the way into boat pose. So you can have your hands behind your thighs here for boat pose. Keep your chest broad and open. And then you can lift the legs if you want for full boat pose. We're just going to hold it and then lower down to canoe. And then lift back up for boat. And then lower down for canoe. And lift back up for boat. Hold it. And then cross your ankles. Plant the hands. And you can either come right into Uttanasana here, or you can step back and do a flow. And then everybody meets in Uttanasana. Just grab your elbows and hang. Shake out the head, roll the shoulders. Good, hands come to the shins. Inhale, look and lengthen. Pull the belly button in, exhale and fold. Good, drop the booty to the floor, sweep the arms up, chair pose. Hands come behind. Now to put your undominant hand on top, whichever way you normally went, the other side, kind of shift it on this side and then bow forward, stretching out our shoulders. Good, hands come down to the floor, step the left leg back, drop the right knee out to the side, and just kind of rock side to side, forward and backward. Good, and then plant the foot, step forward, Parjvakanasana. Inhale, look and lengthen, pull the belly button in, exhale and fold. Good, and then step up, grounded warrior 3. And then plant the foot, squat down, Malasana. So if you can't bring the heels to the floor, just bring the hands forward, you're up on your toes, and really pull the heels down. So you're getting a nice calf stretch, maybe kind of wiggle side to side. And then we're going to slowly roll down to the floor. Bring your hands behind if you need to, back into Navasana boat pose. So keep the chest broad. You can have the hands grabbing behind the thighs. Then we're going to lower down to canoe. And then back up to boat. We got to sneak these abs in whenever we can. Down to canoe. Back up to boat. Down to canoe. Back up to boat, and then cross your ankles, come forward. You can step either into Uttanasana, grabbing the elbows, step back and do a flow. So you make it whatever feels good to you today. Good, bend the knees and step forward. Uttanasana, grabbing your elbows, and just let everything hang. So bend your knees so your chest is laying on your thighs, so you really can let the head get heavy here. Wiggle side to side. And then hands come to the shins. Inhale, look forward, lengthen the spine, pull the belly button in, exhale and fold. Drop your booty, chair pose. Good, hands come behind, dominant hand on top. Open the chest, bend the knees, fold forward. Kind of pumping the arms. Maybe shake your head no, shake your head yes. Good, hands come down to the floor, step the right leg back. This time we're gonna grab the block and place your forearm on the block, whatever level. You can heel toe the foot out, your left foot out a little bit, coming into lizard, but we're gonna stay up high on lizard today. I'm just kind of rocking side to side. Good, then drop the back knee. Right hand is on the block. Sweep the left arm up and around, and then grab your back foot. And if you can't grab your back foot, just reach the arm Nice and wide, flip the palm up towards the ceiling. Oh, this one feels good. Good, and then release. Step your back foot part way up, Parjvakanasana, hamstring stretch. So pull the belly button in, lengthen the spine, and then fold over the leg. Good, step up, grounded warrior 3. And maybe you play with bringing your hands off the floor a little bit. See if you can bring your hands up to your heart. Draw the shoulders down the back. Good, hands come back down to the floor. Drop the back foot, windmill up for warrior 2. How's everybody doing? Good, gaze over the middle finger. And then bring your left forearm to your thigh. Reach the right arm up to the sky. Take a big inhale, reach up. On the exhale, we're gonna bring our right hand down to the floor and then trace your body up. Take a big inhale, trace it all the way up to the ceiling, and then exhale, float it back down. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, float it down. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Good. Inhale, bring it all the way up, leave it up. And we're going to come back into warrior 2, but then make a fist with your left hand and bring it onto the inside of your leg. And we're gonna hug the leg in, hug the leg in. So it's like the walls are closing in. So you're resisting with your hand back, your knee comes into the arm. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Good, back into warrior 2. Reverse warrior, straighten your front leg. Good, and then come all the way into triangle pose. And if you wanna grab your block to bring it on the outside of the leg, come right into triangle. So both legs straight. Let's take our right arm over the head. Think of that water skiing arm. Good, and then squeeze the legs together. So we're hugging to the midline. Good, squeeze. Think of there's a big ball between your legs. You want to squeeze that ball. See if you can shift the ribs, the gaze up towards the ceiling. Push into the back foot, stretch the arm long. Good, exhale the hand back down to the floor. You can step forward into Uttanasana, step back into plank, chaturanga, cobra or up dog, and back into down dog. Take a breath here. And then everybody meets back into Uttanasana again. Grabbing the elbows and just hang. Shake the shoulders. Good, let's straighten our right leg. Bring the right elbow forward. Tack the right hip back. And then release. Stretch the left elbow forward, straighten the left leg. Tack the left hip back, really stretch. Pull the left hip back. Good, and then release. Hands come to the shins. Inhale, look and lengthen. Pull the belly button in, exhale and fold. Good, inhale, halfway lift. Good, bend the knees. Sweep up, chair pose. Hands come behind, interlace your fingers. Undominant hand comes back on top, and then stretch out the shoulders, forward fold. Oh, this one always feels good. Good, hands back down to the floor. Step your left leg back, grab your block, put your left elbow on the block, coming into lizard, but stay up on the back leg. Kind of rock back and forth, maybe stretching your right arm forward. Just kind of wiggle side to side and then pause and hug in, squeeze everything into the midline. Good. Drop the back leg, put your left hand on the block, sweep the arm up and all the way around, grab the back foot, do a quad stretch. Yowza. Good, release the foot. Good, step the back foot partway forward, Parjvakanasana, hamstring stretch. Look and lengthen. Both legs are straight. If you need to bend a knee, bend the back leg, and then forward fold. Good, step up into grounded warrior 3. So you're trying to make up the letter T with your body. Your standing leg can have a slight bend in it so you're not locking out. And then bring the hands up to the your chest. Good, and then squat down, Malasana. I see somebody didn't get in, darn. Good, and then you can bring the hands behind if you need to. Come back into boat again. We're gonna interlace your fingers, point the index fingers up, and we're just gonna tap side to side. Just tapping. Keep the legs lifted if you can. Good, one more each side. And then slowly lower onto your back. Keep the feet together, hands come on the inside. Check your triceps, squeeze it, squeeze in. So see if you can kind of curl your tailbone towards the ceiling, curl your shoulders up. So it's just a little band of your lower back on the ground. Squeeze, squeeze, hug everything into the midline, squeeze, squeeze, and then cross your ankles, forward fold, or do a flow. Oh, I see we forgot something. Let's step our right foot forward, windmill up into warrior 2. Sorry guys, I forgot this side. Warrior 2. And then come into Parjvakanasana, right forearm on the thigh, left arm comes up to the sky. Take a big inhale. On the exhale, sweep the hand down to the floor and then trace your body all the way up as you inhale. Exhale, hand comes down to the floor, trace it all the way up. Good, exhale, hand down to the floor, trace it all the way up. One more time. Good, and then come back into warrior 2. Good, make a fist with your right hand, bring it on the inside of the leg, and then hug in with the leg, hug out with the arm. Squeeze, really work those legs. Squeeze, 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 and then back into warrior 2. Straighten the front leg, and then triangle pose. Good, think of that water skiing arm, really stretching long. Squeeze the legs together like there's a big ball between your legs, and then lift your ribs up to the ceiling. Stretch your hands apart. Good, top hand comes down to the floor. Last flow, step back or just go into Uttanasana and back into down dog. All right, I'm warmed up. Hopefully you are too. And then let's bend the knees and come forward. So we're gonna go into crow pose. So you can either stand up on your block. I find this is a good way to get into crow if you haven't done crow before. Knees are wide, so it's that same position that we were doing on our backs. So plant your hands, really spread your fingers wide. Your body lifts up and then you're just leaning forward. And this might be all that you do today, right? Just practice leaning forward. Maybe take one toe up, the other toe up. The other thing I find with crow is people aren't leaning forward enough. So one great way to kind of help with this is put the blocks out in front and then you lean on your arms, but you put your head down first and then you come up and then you can slowly lift the head up. And the whole time you're squeezing into the midline, really hug into the midline. So give it a try for a second. Let's see if I can get this one person in. Okay. So a lot of you, I'm sure when you started doing this, like, I cannot do crow, right? It's that mindset, good, bad, that's not a pose for me. But try to open your mind, and we can adjust it by using the blocks, maybe not lifting your feet up, right? Good. And then let's all stretch back into down dog. Good job, you guys. So hopefully you're all warmed up, and now we're just going to go into a nice, the rest of the class is going to be nice and slow. And then inhale the right leg up high to the sky, bend the knee, open up the hip. So it's good to kind of shift your perspective. Like a lot of you might not have enjoyed that little flow that we did. My classes tend to be a little slower in movement, but it's good to shake things up. You know, things appear in your life that shake things up, and we're often not happy about their arrival, but they can really shift your perspective and open your whole world to things that you didn't know were there before. Straighten the leg, level at the hips. Let's sweep the right knee up to the right wrist, and then walk your back foot away. Good, and then just stay up, lift the chest up, and then leading with the heart, fold forward, and use your block to place the third eye on top of the block. This just helps calm the nervous system. And then just breathe. So I think everybody on here is a mom. And I'm sure you can remember when your kids were little, proudly presenting you with a bouquet of dandelions, right? And their faces are just so excited because these beautiful flowers were all over your yard. And, you know, just the love and thrill of finding these flowers to present to their mother. And of course, you would have accepted them graciously. Right? So when we look at, you know, these flowers, we label them in our mind, good or bad. So just start to notice when you are labeling things good or bad. See if you can open your mind just a little bit more. And then start to walk the hands back up. We're going to take the back leg, swing it around, plant the foot over top of the knee, hands come to the left knee, and then grow tall. Just take the shoulders up, back, and down. Good, and then inhale the right arm up to the sky. We're going to twist. Either just give yourself a hug or hook the elbow. Left hand comes around behind, pull the belly button in, and grow tall, and then twist. Good, and then slowly come back to center. We're going to push off your bottom a little bit and then slide the knees right on top. So we're coming right into Gomukhasana. I'll kind of go sideways here so you can see the legs are out. And then all I want you to do is sit tall and let go in the lower body. Chin is in neutral, shoulders are on the back. The difference between a weed and a flower is a judgment. So come back to the breath. Inhale through the nose, exhale out through the nose. So just scan your body and notice where you can let go, especially in the lower body. Notice if you're unconsciously clinging or grasping. See if you can let the muscles relax. For some of you, you might need to sit up on a block here for this one. Some of you might need to go a little further. So leading with the heart, Fold forward. So every time you get lost, right, when you're driving, instead of saying, oh, I'm lost, that's bad, shift your perspective and see if you can look at it like I'm exploring new places. And you'll start to notice when you make that shift that stress starts to melt away. That's what Martha Beck talks about in her book, how, she was so driven that she was missing all of these beautiful situations because she was so focused on this is my path and I'm not deviating. Good. Inhale, come all the way back up. We're going to plant our feet. Good. This hands come behind you. So fingertips point towards the buttocks. Push down through the hands and feet and lift up reverse tabletop. So look across your body, kind of tuck the chin in towards your chest, and then let the head fall back. Push down through the hands and feet. See if you can lift the hips up. You should feel this through the shoulders. And then slowly bend the elbows. We're going to drop your booty towards your heels. Bend the elbows back and just let your head drop forward. Squeeze the elbows in. Good. Now lift the chest. Oh, feel that nice stretch. Keep squeezing the elbows in towards each other. Lift the chest up. Oh. Good. And then release. Just bring your feet a little bit forward, flexing them. We're going to take the right hand over to the left baby toe. So for that, step on the gas pedal and then tuck your chin and start to round the back. Think of a bar right across your waistline, pulling you back. Good. And then press on the gas. So your left foot presses into the hand, tuck your chin, lean back. Good. And then come up and switch hands. Good. Your left hand comes to the right baby toe. Tuck your chin. Start to lean back. Think of that bar pulling you back. Round the shoulders. Press on the gas. Good. And then come up. So you can either swing your legs around behind going into down dog, or you can cross the ankles, hug them in, and step back. Down dog. And then lift the left leg up high, bend the knee, open up the hip. Flex your foot and really push the left heel away from the body. Just notice what you notice. Maybe try taking the knee an inch higher or an inch lower and then kick the heel back. Just play around. No good or bad, just what is. Good. Then straighten the leg, level out the hips, sweep the foot all the way up to the left wrist, and then walk the back foot away. Inhale, lift up. Good. Exhale and fold. Right. We label things as good or bad, but labels can blind you to the beauty of things. So when Martha finds out she's expecting a Down syndrome baby, she immediately rejects it. It's not perfect. She and her husband are high achievers who place a great deal of emphasis on intelligence, but this pregnancy causes her to shift her perspective. She says, living with Adam, loving Adam, has taught me to look at things in themselves, not at the value a brutal and often senseless world assigns to them. Come back to your breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Inhale and exhale. And then walk your hands back up. We're going to take the back leg, swing it all the way around, place it over top of the knee, grab onto your knee, and then grow tall. Just take the shoulders up, back, and down. Chin is in neutral, and just let the hips get heavy here. Inhale the left arm up to the sky, and then either just hug your knee or hook your elbow. Right hand comes around behind, pull the belly button in, grow tall, and twist. Keep lengthening the spine on the inhale, on the exhale, twist. And then slowly unwind, kind of push yourself forward. I'm gonna turn again, right? Bringing the knees really close together and then sit back, Gomukhasana, cow's head pose. And just sit still, right? We place so much value, I feel like, in our society on going, right? Sitting still is bad. It's only your perspective, right? What is good or bad is just a judgment. So open your mind to all of it. See if you can see the good or the benefits of keeping your mind open to all possibilities. Good. Take a big inhale, pull your belly button in, grow a little bit taller. Some of you might feel more comfortable just bringing your hands behind your back for support. Good. Lifting the chest up. Some of you might need to fold forward. A weed is but an unloved flower. Good. One more breath. And then walk the hands back up, plant your feet. And this time we're going to take the fingers out to the side. So the fingers are pointing out to the side. Good. Push down through the hands and feet, lift the hips up, gaze straight over your body, kind of tuck your chin, and then let your head go back. And then push down through the hands and feet, lift up. Feel that nice stretch through the shoulders. And then drop the hips towards your heels. Bend your elbows back and then in, and then lift the chest. Small baby sips of air. Maybe drop the chin towards your collarbone. Good, and then soften and release. We're going to swing our legs around behind, coming into tabletop. And let's just move through some cats and cows. So inhale, lift the sit bones, lift the chin. Exhale and round. Push the hands into the floor. Good. Inhale, lift. Exhale and round. Two more. Last one. And then bring the spine into neutral. We're going to walk the hands over to the right a little bit and then stretch your left arm way up into the corner, claw the fingertips down. Now pull back with your left hip. Pull back, feel that nice stretch across the side body. And then back to center. And then over to the left, take your right hand up into the corner, claw your fingertips down. Now really anchor the fingertips and pull that right hip back. Feel that yummy stretch all the way along the right side of the body. Good, and then come back to center. Good, push down through the left hand, inhale the right arm up, twist, 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 and then weave the hand all the way under the body, tuck your chin, and just let the weight roll forward and kind of play around, wiggle the hips, front and back, side to side. Try to get into those shoulders. Good. Push down through the left hand, unweave the right hand back up to the sky, twist, 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 and then back into center. And switching sides. So root the right hand down, inhale the left arm up, twist, 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 and then weave the hand all the way under the body, tuck the chin, and let the weight roll forward onto the head and the shoulders. And then just wag your tail a little bit. Good. Push down through the right hand, unweave the left arm up, twist, 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 and then come back down. We're going to sit on our block in Virasana. So Virasana is just the heels of your feet are just pressing into the side. Some of you might be able to come all the way down to the floor. Good. And then place your left hand on your lap, put the right hand on top, and let your thumbs join. Good. Take the shoulders up, back, and down. Chin is in neutral. And let's drop our right ear down to the right shoulder. So if this is bothering your knees, come up on the block. If the bone on the top of your foot is really hurting you, click your toenails down. That'll help lift the foot a little bit. And now drop your chin towards the collarbone. Keep squeezing the elbows and shoulders on your back. And then inhale, head back to center. Exhale, left ear down to left shoulder. Squeeze the shoulder blades together on your back. So you're really squeezing. Feel that nice stretch through the right side of the neck. And then drop your chin. And then inhale, come all the way up. And then let's just come right under. So we've got both feet under the body. We're just going to open the shoulders again a little bit. So inhale, right arm up. Good. Exhale, right arm on the bottom. Bind, and then inhale, lift the elbows. Now squeeze everything together. Hug the midline. Good. Squeeze the elbows, squeeze the forearms. Good. Lift them a little higher and squeeze. Squeeze, squeeze, and then release. Big inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. This time, left arm on the bottom. Good, bind the hands. Inhale, squeeze everything together. Lift the elbows up, now squeeze. See if you can squeeze your shoulder blades together. Squeeze, lift them a little higher. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Good, and release. And then let's come all the way down to our belly. Belly down. Good, and just make a little pillow with your hands. Gonna work the, this is good for the sacroiliac joint. So tuck the tailbone under. Good, feel the belly lift up off the floor. We're gonna take a big inhale, lift the feet up. On the exhale, open them out to the side. Take a big inhale, join them back together, and then let them release to the floor. So inhale, lift. Exhale, spread them apart. Inhale, touch, and then drop them back down.
Inhale, lift. Exhale, out to the side. Inhale, lift. And then back down to the floor. One more time. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Good. Let's bring our hands back by your hips. Palms are facing up. Good. Take a big inhale. Really click your toenails down into the mat and then start to peel your chest up. Good. So your gaze is still down and forward. Start to reach the hands back. Good. Squeeze. Use all your back muscles. Lengthen back. Good. Squeeze. 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 And then make a pillow with your hands. Lift your feet. Just shake them side to side. Good, and then drop the feet down. Now we're going to do full Salambasana, locust pose. So hands come back. Good, take a big inhale, tuck the tailbone under, start to lift the feet, lift the hands, stretch everything back behind you. Squeeze, lift a little higher, squeeze, 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 and release. Good, just shake the hips side to side. Let's do a quick shoulder opener here. So right arm stretches out to the side. Let's walk the hand away as we roll over onto the right side of the body, everything stacked. And just pause. Take a breath, get grounded, open your mind. See if you can shift your perspective. Maybe you need to go a little deeper, lift your top leg, bend the knee, plant the foot behind, point the belly button straight up towards the ceiling. Good, and then come all the way back. Good, step your left hand forward, push up into like a cobra. We're going to take our right hand, weave it all the way through. But this time we're going to bring our left hand behind us, palm faces up, and then just drop your head. So really try to let that left shoulder get heavy. Try not to be tipped. You want both shoulders level if possible, but you're going to have to work a little harder keeping that left shoulder low. You should feel the stretch through the right shoulder. So take a big breath in, exhale and soften. So often in yoga, the poses that we view as bad or we don't like, not necessarily bad, but the ones we don't like are the ones that we need the most, typically. But there should never be any sharp shooting pain in yoga. If it's just this dull ache, try to sit with it. Just let the body open. Good, one more breath here. And then place the left hand down beside your head, push up, unweave the right hand out, and let's just swing back for child's pose. Good, really pull the belly button in, maybe swing the hips just gently side to side. Take a big inhale and exhale it out. Inhale and exhale. And then slide forward onto your belly, maybe come more to the right side of your mat. Stretch the left arm straight out, roll over onto the left side. Everything is stacked. And then just pause. Notice, slow down. Good, maybe lift the top leg, bend the knee, place the foot behind the bottom knee, and then lean back, let the belly button start to point up towards the ceiling. If that works for you, right? It's your practice. You listen to your body. Just go where you're getting a little bit of a stretch without going over the edge. Soften your face. Relax your jaw. Shifting your perspective.
Good. One more breath. And then come all the way back onto the belly. Bring the right hand forward, prop yourself up a little bit, and then take the left hand, weave it through. Try to have the elbow right in the middle of your chest. You bring your right hand around beside the hip, palm faces up, and then you lower down. So this is a bit awkward. Really try to get the shoulders level. What will happen is your right shoulder will lift up. Try to drop the right shoulder down. So both shoulders are level. And then really let your head go. Notice if you're holding on in the head. Notice if you're holding on in the glutes or the feet. Just let everything get heavy and let the weight of the body open the body. Looking at things from every angle. And some of us kind of go down a path for so long that we don't even notice that we're not maybe going in the direction that we want to go. We're just so used to moving forward along this path that we don't stop and pause and say, is this really the direction I want to be going? Right after 3 Harvard degrees, right? Martha Beck realized she was exhausted, she was sick, she wasn't happy. And this gift of this baby just shifted her whole life perspective. Good. 2 more breaths. See if you can let go a little bit more. And then take the right hand up by your head, push down. Draw the left hand out, come back, child's pose. Good. Big breath in through the nose, side out through the mouth. Again, inhale through the nose, side out through the mouth. And then slowly come up. We're going to swing onto our backs, grab your blocks. And we're going to go right into supported bridge. So if you don't have any blocks, that's okay. You can just do full bridge. But everybody else, stack your blocks. And you can go whatever height. I like going up to the highest height. So you decide. And then place your sacrum right on the block. So you want to have your hips supported so you can really let go. Let your inner thighs drop down to the floor. You can have your hands like cactus or out to the side in a T. So notice if your throat feels crunchy, press into the back of the head. That'll help lift the chin just slightly. And then just let everything get heavy. Shifting your perspective. Opening up and seeing situations, people from all angles. And then slowly walk the right leg out to the right. Just flex your foot and then just let your toes fall out to the side. You can drop your left knee out to the side too, and then really let your hips get heavy. Lift your ribs and pull them away from your hips, and then just let everything get heavy. And then plant your right foot Lift your left knee and then switch sides. So walking your left leg out to the left corner, flex your foot, and then just let your toes fall out to the side. Let your right knee fall out to the side, and let your hips get heavy. Pull your ribs away from the hips and then just soften. So when our kids are little, right, it's easy, when they're not behaving properly, we can say to ourselves, oh, they're hungry. Oh, they're tired, right? But as we grow older and sometimes not so much wiser, right? When people are acting inappropriately to us, see if you can shift your perspective and realize we haven't walked in their shoes. And they probably have, even though it might not be the right action, but there are events that led up to that point for them to be there. Even though we might not agree with how they acted, certain events led them up so that you have a little more empathy and understanding. Even though you can say, no, this is wrong, I'm not letting you in, I have my boundaries. It'll just let your weight, your suffering ease slightly when you can understand where they're coming from. Good. Bend the left knee, place the foot down into the floor, push down through both feet, lift the hips, slide the block out, and you can come right back into Baddha if you want, or come fully into Shavasana. Let's just do one twist before we close. So hug the right knee into your chest, bring the right big toe to your left knee, and then twist. Turn the head to look at your right arm. Good. And then back to center. Straighten the right leg, hug the left knee in, left toe to right knee, and then twist. Turn the head to look over the left arm. And then back to center, either straight into Shavasana, or you can come back into Supta Baddha that we started with your blocks supporting your thighs. Palms are facing up. And just close your eyes and let everything settle. Let go of any effort and just breathe. Feel the face soften. Just let the tongue relax in the mouth. Just feel any tension in the body just melt away on your exhale. Just feel it seeping down into the earth. And within each inhale, you bring in positive energy, positive thoughts. With each exhale, just surrender any negativity. Just let it seep away. And then gently begin to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Maybe stretching your arms up over your head, hook your thumbs. Just give your whole body a nice big stretch. And then when you're ready, bend your knees and slowly roll over onto your right side. Just pause, take a breath. Just notice how you feel now compared to when you first came in. And then using your hands, just gently push yourself all the way up into a sitting position. Just keep your eyes closed, your focus turned inward. I'm going to close class today by ringing the Tibetan bells 3 times. Just listen until you can't hear them anymore. Imagine peace, joy, and gratitude showering down upon you. And then gently bring your hands in front of your heart, bow your head. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste. Good. Thank you, guys. Thank you for bearing with me with that flow. Felt like it was a little disjointed, but anyways, it's good for us to kind of push like that every now and again. So thanks for coming, everybody.